back to the Casual Car Camper. I'm your host, Brian, and today we're back with our Coleman gas burning stoves. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to do a head-to-head comparison on the output from the two tanks, because we know this one's not working with this tank, but this tank works on both. So now it's just a matter of figuring out what the problem could be. My guess is there's some sort of clog in here, but we'll find out. So we're going to start by opening them both, cranking them the same number of times, and once I'm done cranking, we're going to turn them on and see what the jets look like. That's 50. So let's turn them on. So this has a much larger stream, a lot more fluid than when I turn them down. Yeah, this is just drizzling and this is putting out a good solid stream. So let's close these. Don't want to waste too much fluid. So this one is almost full. This one's feels almost empty. So what we're going to do, we're going to top this one up, see if that fixes anything, and then we're going to start tearing this apart. Alright, it's all pumped up. Let's see how it looks with a full tank. Yeah, even with a full tank, it's very spurty. So that's probably the reason why we're not getting a flame. So what we're going to do, don't want to work on this with fuel in it. Pour the excess fuel from here back into the can. Now that that's empty, we're going to start pulling this off. I should have tools in here for it. Yes, I do. And just so I don't lose the cap, I'll put it in here, and I'm actually going to use the grill for my parts bin for the moment. So what we're going to do is you need a 3/8 and a 7/16. 7/16 goes down on the end with the handle. We're just going to start screwing off the nozzle. Okay, and I see our problem. We've got a lot of rust built up down here on the end. It's probably causing a large amount of our problem. And what we're going to do is pull off the handle, which is also what's connected to this piece here. Okay, so this actually doesn't come off. It doesn't look like it. There's a lot of rust here, especially on the end. So what we're going to do, we're just going to get some. We'll start with WD-40 and go up from there, and try to clean out the rust off the end and clean out the tube. All right, back up with my WD-40. This is going to be fairly simple. All I'm going to do is, okay, that's interesting. When I poured it down, it just backed up the tube, which means if I can, I need to take off this tip. That's where our main problem is. But while I have this apart, we're going to spray this down with a little WD-40. Alright campers, I'm going to run up to my garage. I'll bring you with me and we're going to put this in a vise. And we're going to try to get this off. And also I do have some feeler gauges for doing automotive work I might be able to use to clean out that tip if worst case scenario. Alright, let's go. Before that, I want to try one last thing. Just some of the WD-40. There we go. So what I did was I used the WD-40 going reverse the hole, so if there was any debris in there, it would push it back. And it's working a little bit. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go take this up, use my air compressor and blow it out, and then we're going to try putting this back together and see what happens. Alright campers, we're back. I'm back with a Scotch-Brite pad, a air compressor, and obviously the stuff I had before. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run it gently because there's some very delicate parts of this, mainly the tip, which is how you control your spray, and just going gently around, actually. And taking off as much of the surface rust as possible, because I looked it up to replace what's called the generator, which is this piece here, and what goes into the tank is $50. And honestly, at that point, I'd rather spend the $25 to get the conversion kit to turn this into propane. Now what we're going to do is take our air hose, put it on here, and that looks much cleaner. So now we're just going to put it together. And when you tighten these up, make sure you get them good and tight so that you don't have to worry about the camp fuel backing up and leaking out. Gonna get this in by hand, save ourselves a little work. And we're just gonna crank it down. Now be careful when you're tightening this end because this is a copper tube and could just warp or bend. And now we're just going to refill it and see if we get fuel. Okay campers, I got a few more tools. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back off. I'm going to even see if I can get it working again. So the problem is for some reason these two are the screw that holds this on and the retaining nut are linked together, so I gotta get those two apart. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think I got it set properly. Before, when I had it on, the tip stuck out a little when it was all the way closed. It's still doing that. Didn't do that originally. But we're going to see what we can do with it completely off. Now we're going to keep it on. So that's completely closed. Alright, I'm getting little spurts of fluid out, and I'm seeing completely aerosolized gas. I'm going to try to nope, that's not going to grip. Alright, campers, I'm going to call this tank shot. I tried. If I can get a whole replacement tank for less than it would take to convert this to propane, I might. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this. For me, being that I'm a YouTuber and this was content, this wasn't a waste. This will either get converted to propane, or I will completely gut this because most of the body's in good shape, sandblast it, and then use it either for a propane container or something else for camping to keep stuff in, because it's still a good suitcase. That's what it makes get turned into. Alright, campers, thank you for watching this latest installment. There may or may not be more videos in this series. It depends what I decide to do with this. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below, or contact me directly on Facebook, The Casual Car Camper on Facebook. And remember, as always, as long as you're having fun, you're doing camping right.